Welcome to the second episode in our self-love series. Last week, we started a conversation around awakening to true, unapologetic self-love, the kind of love that propels you towards your highest potential and opens your eyes to the truth of all you are and all you're meant to be. Because conditioning has coded us to believe otherwise, you may not yet see that self-love is the key to unlocking the wild success with ease and satisfaction that so many of us desire. When you operate consistently from a place of love, you're able to see the path ahead of you much more clearly. You're able to make decisions more confidently and go towards your destiny courageously. So self-love unlocks a lot of your highest trajectory. One belief, one behavior, and one choice at a time, you begin to build the life you've always desired. So if you haven't yet, be sure to back up and watch last week's episode. The conversations in this series build on each other. So it's important that you start from the beginning and progress through all 5 parts in order. If you've watched part 1 and feel ready to move forward, that's awesome. Then you're in the right place at the right time. Today, we're talking about our second code of self-love, self-acceptance. How to accept all of who you are so you can ignite all you're meant to be. Self-acceptance is a vital component of a personal growth and development process. It involves recognizing and embracing all aspects of yourself without judgment or criticism. It means acknowledging that we are divinely and precisely made and always guided towards our highest trajectory. Self-acceptance is not complacency or resignation. It does not mean we're settling for less or have stopped striving to improve ourselves. Instead, it allows us to see ourselves clearly and honestly, which leads to greater self-awareness of our gifts and skills and helps us gain greater self-compassion versus comparison and false expectations. In doing so, we start to see ourselves as imperfectly perfect and hold ourselves in a space where we feel safe showing up as ourselves and living life in our truest and most authentic selves. So much of what we've been taught, told, and seen has built up our low self-worth versus building up our self-value. Therefore, know that full self-acceptance is not something that happens overnight. This is the work of a lifetime. But there are some shifts you can make to change the order of things and start reaping the powerful and transformative benefits of this work right now. This is about remembering the real you, opening your arms to her, living in a way that honors your essence, and taking intentional steps towards your highest level of consciousness. If you haven't yet, be sure to register for my free self-love activation. This is an email program that's delivered straight to your inbox. You'll get an email every week. It is accompanied by this video, and this work we're doing in these videos, you'll get 10 days of additional messages, exercises, reflections, and stories to help you shatter the limiting beliefs and shift into a state of self-love. This week's exercise is especially powerful, so grab it now. I'm going to add the link in the notes. It's life-changing work, and it's totally free. Okay, so when we think about shifting into a state of deeper self-acceptance, we're really talking about moving into a state of inner harmony. You're finding that sacred sweet spot between your true nature, your current reality, and your highest trajectory. Simply put, it's about coming back home to yourself and receiving yourself unconditionally. Think about it as being your own best friend. The best friend that sees your potential, speaks up for you, and believes in you. The journey home begins with a few key steps, which we're going to walk through right now. So, step 1, your first step towards self-acceptance is to become devoted to yourself. Your relationship with yourself is the most important relationship you'll ever have. You are the only person who will be with you for your entire life. So connecting with every version of yourself and getting to know her is essential. We often look for acceptance and validation from others, right? Outside of us. But the truth is that we have to accept ourselves first. We have to become our own best friend before anyone else can. By becoming devoted to yourself, you prioritize your likes, your yeses, your no's, you're clear about your needs and your desires. You treat yourself with the same care and respect you would give to your most cherished loved one. The process of becoming devoted to yourself starts with a conversation with yourself. This might sound strange, but it's a powerful way to connect with your inner self and get to know her better. You can go in and connect through meditation, journaling. These are all great tools for this. Ask yourself questions like, what do you want in life? What are your values? What are my values? What makes me happy? This is a very beautiful and powerful way to get quiet, really listen to the answers that come up from deep inside yourself. Remember, we're all equally messy, complicated, and confused. No one has it all figured out, and that's okay. By accepting this truth, you can let go of the pressure to be perfect and focus on being the best you can be for yourself. So, step 2. Your second step towards self-acceptance is mothering yourself. This is my favorite exercise. In this step, you look at yourself through the eyes of a loving mother. Or if a mother figure is triggering for you, maybe it's a father, a guardian, a grandparent, or a mentor. Connect with the unconditional love, compassion, and understanding they've offered. Now, direct that same level of love and understanding towards yourself. This one can be challenging, especially for people who have a history of intense self-criticism or self-doubt. However, by learning to mother yourself, you can start reframing your relationship with yourself and creating a nurturing, supportive environment. Pay attention to your needs and treat yourself with kindness and respect. Give yourself permission to rest when you're tired, eat nourishing foods, and engage in activities that bring you joy. When you make mistakes and encounter challenges, offer words of encouragement and support, just as a loving mother would her child. Step 3. A third and slightly different angle from which to tap into self-acceptance is to hold unconditional love for yourself. Now, this means committing to embrace all parts of yourself, especially that which you may perceive as flaws or imperfections, and treating yourself with kindness even on your worst days. To hold unconditional love for yourself, start by practicing self-nurturing. Take time to care for yourself physically, emotionally, and spiritually. This might include getting enough sleep, eating nourishing foods, practicing mindfulness, and engaging in activities that bring you energy, richness, and joy. It is essential to define what unconditional love means. This is an all-embracing and accepting act. It is warm, self-supportive love that soothes your heart and may fill you with milk and honey. When you offer yourself this type of love, you forge a relationship with all the versions of yourself. This is a powerful step that starts to reconcile the inner battle and conflict between the inner parts of you, creating doubt, negative self-talk. You begin to cultivate your own source of deep inner harmony, peace, and get rid of the external chaos. Now, step 4 towards self-acceptance is to make a commitment to put yourself first. This one probably feels like it just goes against everything you've learned growing up. Unfortunately, many of us, especially women, have been taught that our value is in our ability to sacrifice ourselves for others. However, this is usually what leads to resentment, burnout, and low self-worth. Recognize that humanity often has things in the wrong order, and that it's okay to prioritize your own needs and desires. This doesn't mean you become selfish or neglectful, but it does mean you honor yourself and your own journey in life. It's time to prioritize yourself, become a self-agent and self-advocate. Putting yourself first also means taking responsibility for your own happiness and fulfillment. It means setting boundaries, knowing when saying no is in the highest good for yourself, and committing to a practice of energetic maintenance, which means caring for your energy and emotions, whatever they may be. When you adopt these behaviors, you tell the universe you value yourself and your well-being by putting yourself first. This leads to things reorganizing, and suddenly opportunities and blessings start to come your way. Remember, become it and you will attract it. Like I said, full self-acceptance is a work of a lifetime. This isn't a switch that you just flip overnight, but these 4 powerful steps will take you well on your way towards reaching a new level of self-acceptance rather quickly, so you can continue on your self-love journey. That's all we've got for this episode. I think it's a lot. If you've enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to register for the free self-love activation. I'll pop into your inbox every week with a special story, an exercise, or a new perspective that's going to help you shift your mindset into unapologetic self-love. Also, if you want to go into a deeper dive of this work, grab a copy of my book, Awaken Your Codes of Self-Love. The book is all about going deep into self-love, highlighting the premise of greater success with satisfaction by simply loving yourself well enough, changing your behaviors and your beliefs that will then change your reality. Again, I'll pop that in the notes. So don't forget to tune in next week, where we'll dive into our 3rd self-love exercise. And as always, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the upcoming episodes. Deep vow, lots of love and light, and I can't wait to see you again next week.